It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's Superhero Slate. It's a weekly podcast where we talk about everything that's great, like movies, TV, superheroes. It's Superhero Slate. Oh yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to Superhero Slate, the show where we run down the latest superhero entertainment news.
We love TV, movies, and superheroes, so let's talk it all out.
My name is Chris.
And my name's Mike.
And this week, we know when the Avengers Doomsday teaser debuts. Maybe both of them. Maybe not.
Them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna talk about one's fact, one's theory, but we'll get into it when we get to that part. Superman shoots for the Oscars. I don't know what to do. They're trying to get Superman an Academy Award this year in like literally anything they can put it in. And I have to wonder if like that's like a mandate from James Gunn himself, be like, get me an award for this movie. But we'll talk about that later. A lot of legacy movies are getting sequel announcements today. I would say a couple of them. Some are legacy, some are not legacy, but I'm just going to say legacy movies because that's the thumbnail Mike put up for us today and more.
Yeah, is this a sign that Hollywood is healing, that they can start churning out sequels? It feels very like 2018 up in these show notes.
Well, I would say, I've not watched it yet. I actually have tickets to go see it on Tuesday, but Predator Badlands, a franchise from the 80s, right? Predator, I think being successful with both Prey, Killer of Killers, and Badlands in the past few years has really given, like you said, studios confidence to just tap that well a little harder. Just drill just a little deeper for that extra bit of juice these franchises have. But, you know, again, I've not seen Badlands, but I've heard good things. So I'm excited to go watch it kind of without as much information or with as little information as I can kind of get out of that. So
yeah, I need to carve out some time for Badlands, because like what's left this year? We have Badlands that's out now. If you're a Zootopia fan, that's at the end of the month. And then is it just Avatar? Am I missing anything coming up at the end of the calendar year?
I'm gonna actually just look it up here because I don't think so.
Like a
well, Running Man.
I feel
Running
like
Man.
there's
Running
gotta
Man.
be
Running Man is actually on my list.
Yeah.
And Wicked for Good.
Then I think that was the one I was trying to think of. I was like, there's something else big. And then obviously we have like the big streaming run at the end of the year here with
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things and something on Prime. What is it? Something is
Fallout.
coming out on Prime. Fallout season 2.
Also, I did watch it. No, did I watch it? No, I didn't watch it. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is coming out in December, and I would not sleep on that, with that first one being a very successful film as well. There's an audience out there for that movie.
Is it taking place during like Christmas or something in the film? Is that why it's coming out in December?
I don't think so. I think that's just when the last one came out, and they just had another one come out.
All right.
So
all right, good for you, Freddie.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fun little note I keep seeing on that is it's Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich, who were both in the first Scream movie, are both in this movie as well again. So back to horror things, and I think the other thing, not that it matters, Anaconda is on Christmas Day, even though I've not seen another trailer for that yet.
Oh, yeah, that could sneakily be good.
Yeah, it could be a good time. So yeah, there are some things, but I would say the bigger ones are kind of on our radar. But I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into this first topic here. This segues right into it. Well, that Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, is coming to theaters, and this is both Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 combined into one big movie. It's unrated and with new footage, never before seen footage added back into the film. And that's coming out December 5th. And I miss Kill Bill in its theatrical run. both of them. I came in much later to those. This feels like something I'd want to do on like a Saturday afternoon, like a lazy Saturday. Go see this. Now, we all know there are Christmas parties starting probably in November through the end of December. Work, family, friends, stuff like that. So it might be hard to find that time. But I think this is a fun idea at the end of the day.
You should absolutely give it a shot. I'm curious. I know they've done screenings out here in LA because Tarantino owns a movie theater out here. I know he screens these movies regularly, and I think he's done plenty of like back-to-back showings where you kind of watch it one after another. I'm curious if they're adding new footage, and it's being presented as one movie. Does the edit change, right? I'm curious, like, do you move parts of the movie around and tell the story maybe in a slightly different order rather than if you just kind of took the two MP4 files, right, and you glued them together and then you dropped in the new scenes? I'm curious if anything has been added to it, but the Kill Bill Volume 1 was a crazy movie to watch in theaters, Chris, especially at our age. Like when I watched it in theater, I was just old enough to like for me and my friends to buy rated R movie tickets. I was like into anime at the time, and this kind of felt like the most bloody live action anime, especially in Volume 1. And it's just like, this is amazing. And like, I hadn't really dabbled a lot with Tarantino because I was just a kid at the time. So that first volume hit me like a sack of potatoes, a box of bricks. But also now I'm just like, oh, do I have like maybe 4 hours to dedicate to this? Probably not, but I am curious to hear what people think of it.
So I am looking at it, and I'm reading the description here on the YouTube. We've linked the trailer to this here, and it's funny because it does say it's rarely shown in its complete form. So apparently it has been shown in its complete form, and now presented with a classic intermission. So I assume, Mike, kind of like Death Proof and Grindhouse had that intermission when they showed those back to back, that there probably isn't much of an edit change based on this. But you'll get a little intermission where you can go to the lobby, refresh your snacks, and use the restroom before returning back for Volume 2 of Kill Bill. I like these movies. I think they're great. You said the first, I remember the first one vividly. I know, and I think everyone's the same way, right? Like, yeah, we all remember the first one. So, the second one is just, it's not bad. It's just different. I think that first one's like full of action, and the second one's full of story. So I'm excited to, even if I don't see it in theaters, I wholeheartedly believe they're going to release this at home, right? Like, is that, like, they wouldn't just put this in theater and be like, no, you can't buy it ever. Like, I imagine probably or 2026, early 26, they'll be like, here, buy/download this movie in its full form with everything intact.
I mean, who wouldn't love an opportunity to sell this movie again? I don't. We were talking offline earlier this week about Grand Theft Auto and about how much they monetized that previous game. I'm sure Kill Bill has been sold in many different versions of DVDs, box sets.
I have a VHS of the first
4K
one.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, that yellow
Blu-rays jacket
is just so iconic. Like of the sleeve of it. So yeah.
And these 4K Blu-rays, especially like these collector edition stuff, they're not cheap. Like they could sell this thing for probably like $80.
So if you actually click on it, they actually have products from Lionsgate. 4K steelbooks for Reservoir Dogs is $30. 4K for Jackie Brown is $40 steelbook.
And that's just one movie. This is two.
Yeah, I imagine Pulp Fiction is probably even more expensive. MSRP. This website's really messed up. Is $50, and so I'd be excited to watch this. I also really enjoyed. I have a Pulp Fiction on VHS. At the end of the VHS, they do all like the gags and bloopers and kind of talk about the story a little bit, like the movie production, like things you would normally get on an extra menu option or not even included in most streaming services. And that was really fun. I would probably love to see how Tarantino himself did Kill Bill 1 and 2, came up with the idea, wrote it, did everything. Because I've seen the movies, but this is like a blind spot to me. and I don't know. Like I said, it's just access at that time of my life. Wasn't able to see it. Do you remember when these first came out? What year it was?
I would guess 2005.
3
would be my roll of the dice.
2003 for the first one.
Hey, not far off.
Not far off. When did the second one? Was it the same year?
No, it was. There was a wait for that second one, if I recall.
6 months later, actually, not too bad. And that came out 2004. So yeah, not too bad. This is the era of like Matrix Resurrections, right? Not Resurrection. What was it? Revelations.
Revelations?
Yeah, so I don't remember. The second and third Matrix movies.
No, Revelations, is that the fourth one? Reloaded is the second one.
Reloaded, and I think Resurrection's the new one because it was brought back to life. So either way, doesn't matter. I would love to kind of go back to this. I have seen that there is a rumor that the Pussy Wagon from Kill Bill Volume 1 is going to make its way to Fortnite, but it'll just have a picture of a cat and then the word wagon.
I saw that screenshot too. Now that is an IP that is welcome into a video game with violence.
Yeah.
It'll be right at home.
I played that Disney level in Fortnite, actually.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that. How was it? I didn't get a chance to dive in.
So you get in there and you're essentially in the a very shrunk down version of Disneyland's like courtyard. You can see the Pirates of the Caribbean. You can see Space Mountain. You can see I don't think it was Epcot Globe. It was something else. A couple other Disneyland things. There's a countdown timer, and you can run around, grab these little coins or Mickey faces, and that puts you in like a mini game. So I played one where you're like a Star Wars, like it was you against like stormtroopers, and the more you killed, the more like you got a lightsaber, you can do it faster. And then I did another one. What was the other one? It was the Indiana Jones, like a Temple Run style game. It was fun. It's like mini games, so like it's not like a full map. It's not like the full map yet, but like I can see like, oh, they're doing this just to make sure they can create things from the IP without scaling large and then failing. So it was really fun. I had a good time with it. If you're looking for some mindless, quick fun, that's what I would recommend with that. But you're right, Kill Bill would be perfect in Fortnite, and I would be surprised. I'm actually gonna look it up. If the Bride is not in Fortnite already. So I maybe not, probably not, but nope, definitely not. But that's something that would be, guns, swords, all the goodies right then and there. So check out that trailer in our show notes. Mike, anything else, or do you want to jump on to the most exciting news for you this week by far, which is K-pop Demon Hunters?
I was listening to the soundtrack not an hour before we started recording this.
Yes. K-pop Demon Hunters. Sony and Netflix have agreed on a deal for a sequel. So K-pop Demon Hunters 2 will be coming in latest as 2029. I don't know where they got this number. I assume they're probably going to do it faster, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like they have like the Barbie dolls now. Like this is a merchandise / Halloween costume phenomenon right now. I 100% believe they're going to try to do this a little faster. What do you think?
I'm surprised they didn't announce maybe any sort of like ancillary content, like shorts or kind of what Mutant Mayhem did, where they did like more of like the 2D animation, like things that they did on like Paramount Plus, just kind of like tide you over. But yeah, I think this is an exciting time if you were anybody like on the creative or development team for this movie, because now it's like, oh, sky's the limit. We have a proven original IP that we can do. The sky's the limit. We can go crazy with it. So it is a bit of a bummer when you make like a highly crafted, very visually impressive animated movie. It takes time to make the sequel, so hopefully the audience is still there. If not, maybe it just grows even more, and you tease out different things. Maybe Huntrix can put out a new song or two before 2029.
To me, this is essentially maybe a parallel to maybe the Frozen franchise a little bit, right? Like the first one came out, had a long lasting say. They didn't expect it. The sequel came out a lot later. because it's not just the anime thing; it's the songs, right? Like you got to have the music that kind of goes with it and tells the story. And I think to me that's a creative challenge in a good way that they nailed obviously in the first movie. So by giving them some time to do the second one, I think that's great. Sony just takes forever on their animation stuff as well, as we've seen with the Spider-Verse threequel, which is still, I don't even know when it's coming out. That's so far away. If I feel it's like Grand Theft Auto 6, like you mentioned earlier. Like it feels like a pipe dream. Like we're really gonna come out with it, guys. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see about that. But like, I'm glad they locked everybody down for this early to get a deal going. And I would not be surprised if the ancillary materials are going to they're also part of this deal, but they didn't want to announce it to take away the thunder of the film announcement sex. So like maybe like 3 or 4 months, or maybe to dumb next year, they'll be like, oh, we've got some new K-pop Demon Hunters animated shorts that are 2D.
Yeah, they just got to make sure they're not pulling a Stranger Things in a sense of they just released like screenshots of, or I guess stills. Well, technically somebody screenshotted their screen to get them. Yeah. Maybe in a more official export tool of their video editor. But Stranger Things has like an animated series coming out. I don't know if it's limited or if possibly it spins off into more seasons, but it's supposed to take place between season 2 and season 3. And it's still supposed to be dealing with like the Upside Down, and it's like the main kids from the show. The visual style looks great, but it's releasing after the series finale. It's like next spring or summer or something. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, oh, so you're giving us more Stranger Things, but we're going to go back and it's going to be in between 2 different seasons, where I kind of thought we were under the impression that between seasons, not much is happening. It's the whole reason you make a season of television, to tell what's happening. So I don't know. It seems kind of weird, weird strategy. But also when I saw that, I was like, oh, did it just take a really long time? This is the closest they could get it out. I don't know. But
yeah, it's Tales from 85. But it's also interesting because one of the things I saw about this, the animation does look cool, but none of the actual Stranger Things stars are part of this. No one is coming back. It's literally brand new voice actors for everything.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, as much as we kind of like to pick on James Gunn a little bit with his like overzealous expectations of what he wants to do. At least Creature Commandos, he drew a line in the sand. This is part of the universe. This is included, like whether or not I have to go back and change some things, like maybe why we have 2 clay faces now, or those type of things. At least he like put a stake in the ground, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like every time Netflix announces like something like animated, like a sequel or a spinoff or something, it always feels like something I don't need to watch.
Yeah, and like I guess I don't know how many episodes Tales from 85 is going to be, but it feels more like this is like a D&D story for them, not an actual like part of the show. Because I don't remember, I couldn't tell you what happened between season 2 and 3 of this show, Mike. I know season 2 had the episode that was like the X-Men, like when like 11 runs away and joins the X-Men. But like the split between the worlds was opening and she closed it, but we didn't have Vecna yet.
Yeah. Season 3 is the iconic season where they do like the 80s action movie throwback. You got the Scoops ice cream, you got the mall, you got Max the new kid. Mm-hmm. I think Max the new kid is in season 3, or maybe Max was introduced in season 2. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, it's a weird kind of place to carve out.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking it up here real fast because Rachel's my wife. She's been watching it, like powering through. She's in the last season right now, but I did watch some of this stuff. But I don't know if what's her name, Max, is in this one or not. Now you got me looking it up because I want to find out. But I don't see. This was Sean Astin. That was his season. He was in there.
That was the Demi Dogs thing where they go to the science lab and then he gets eaten and some
Sadie Sink is in here as well. But I think Yeah, I have to go back and read some of the stuff. But yeah, either way, I couldn't tell you what happened between 2 and 3, but maybe this is a good time. I think, like you said, the animation looks fun. They can do some stuff with this stuff with that they couldn't do before. But is it weird it's coming out later? Yeah, but it's one of those situations where it's probably low stakes. We know who lives and dies from this, but very, very, very exciting stuff here with K-pop Demon Hunters and Netflix leaning into some of this animation stuff for the streaming. Have you had a chance to watch Godzilla -0 yet? Or -1?
I have not, unfortunately.
I haven't either. I think it came out when I went to visit you last year, and I ended up watching Shin Godzilla on the plane instead of Godzilla -1. But the movie, obviously low budget sleeper hit, has got on one awards, been acclaimed all over, and Toho this weekend announced the sequel -0, and it's written out Godzilla -0.0 because the Japanese love their weird numbering systems.
I love it. It makes no sense, but it's got to make sense to them, right? We're just being particular Westerners. I do kind of like the idea though of numbering movies backwards, though. That's something I've never really seen before, because I think everyone was going, oh, if they make a sequel, is it going to be called -2? And it's like, no. I'm going the other direction. -0. Leave no room for a third movie. But this is Japan, so if they made a third movie, it would or something and be like, wait a minute, so it's what's going on here?
Yeah,
they'll do something weird with it.
Yeah, because it reminds me of the Neon Genesis Evangelion movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? It's like rebuild of something. It's called like rebuild something. It's like 1.1 1.0 you're not alone, 2.0 3.0 you cannot redo, and 3.0 plus 1.0 thrice upon a time. And I'm like, what is happening with this show that I've never watched before, and why are these like, how do you do a 3 plus 1 and that's like the fourth one, I guess? So it's on my to-do list to watch these movies, since they are the remakes of the original movie. But it is funny that Godzilla -0 is 0.0. So if you see that, that's what it is. There's not like a sequel. Was it Kingdom Hearts also did that weird numbering system too?
They're very guilty.
It's fun. It's just fun, like, for the common people who may not know. If you see that, that's it. But that's from Toho, and the original team from the first one's coming back, so it's very exciting. This has moved up my list to watch it on, like, as these winter days sneak up on us, Mike, and I will be trapped in our house because we're scheduled for snow tomorrow. I think you're going to Disneyland and we're getting snow. So on the other end of this, but I'm excited there's more Godzilla coming, I guess, at the end of the day, right? We're still in that Godzilla renaissance. Just like Godzilla 99, another 99 movie is getting a sequel, The Mummy. Universal is moving forward with The Mummy 4, with talks with Brandon Fraser and Rachel Weisz to return.
It's official.
Even though Rachel Weisz did not return in The Mummy 3, Emperor of the Dragon, Emperor, whatever it was, Dragon King. I don't remember what it was. The third movie, the Chad Brandon Fraser, she did not return to. So it's interesting that they're just gonna kind of, I guess, hand wave over whoever the actress was that replaced her in that movie. So this is exciting. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I've seen a lot of articles about The Mummy lately because of this news here, but also, like, people are calling it like their bisexual awakening movie. And I don't know if you've seen that or not. Of like, it's
that's
like
funny though.
Brandon Fraser and Rachel Weisz at the time. You're like, well, which one do you want? Both? Sure, why not? So it's really funny to kind of see that, and it's just, I don't know. This is like, again, like I said, this is like a comfort watch movie. Like, I remember just putting this on when I was younger, and I could still put this on like after we get off recording today and be like, yeah, The Mummy's a fun film at the end of the day.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if they're going to lean into that popular idea where they wanted to maybe see him hunt something besides a mummy. which maybe it was a dragon in the third one. Nobody's seen the third one, and if you tell me you've seen the third one, you're lying.
I did, and I went to theaters, but the only thing I can remember out of this, there is a snow avalanche, and it is essentially a bunch of Yetis, like they have Yetis in this movie, and they're like skiing or like sliding down the big avalanche in this big thing.
Oh my God, they are Yetis. I'm Googling it right now.
That's the only thing I can tell you about The Mummy 3, that there were Yetis and an avalanche. Other than that, not a damn thing about this.
Yeah, it feels like they're teed up to really follow the son that was in the second one, grown up, older. Your chance to cast like a really well-known actor, to draw more people in.
Who's the guy in The Running Man again? Twister.
Oh, what is his name? I wanted to say Bill Pullman, but that's not it, and it's not even his son, Lewis Pullman. It's a different guy that kind of feels like Lewis Pullman.
Yeah. I feel bad.
God,
Anyone but
I've
you.
seen a couple movies with him in it too.
Yeah. What is this? Glenn Powell.
There you go.
I put him in. I think he's got the charisma to pull that off, being like the son of Brandon Fraser and Rachel Weisz. I think it'd be cool. But yeah, I think you're right. Like, this is maybe a handing of the guard. I would love to see them not do Mummy stuff, but I think they've trapped themselves in with the Mummy.
I would love to see them push back against maybe the easy thing to do, which would be someone's got to come out of retirement and get back out into the world. That feels like a very normal thing to do. It would be kind of fun maybe to catch up with them, and like their adventures have never stopped. Like maybe the opening of the movie could be this huge montage of all the adventures that they've had up until this point. And maybe this is the movie where he's thinking about going into retirement, That would be fun. I'd like to see that.
I also think, well, maybe not. Maybe, what was it between Evie and her brother? Was it her brother played by John Hannah?
I forgot about the brother. He was hilarious.
Yeah, they were also like, they were both, he was goofy, but he was knowledgeable, right? Like, and then, maybe they have to tap in, these people may have died in these other movies. I don't even know. But like Odin Ferris, like his like clan of people who wrote in and was like, you shouldn't be doing any of this stuff. But like I don't know. But like also we got to think, like, I just looked it up. I forgot this original movie is set in 1925. So like, how far in the future do you go? Like, is it 1950s? Are we in like
1925? Yeah, you would be close to the 50s, I think.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to remember when The Mummy came out because it's going to make me feel really old.
Yeah.
But yeah, would you be close to World War II? Could you tie this in with like, could we get some Nazis punching in this movie? That would be very satisfying.
I was going to say, we're leaning heavily in Indiana Jones territory here. When did the third one come out here? Tomb of the Dragon Emperor was set in 1946. So actually, World War II's over by the time the third one came out.
Oh wow, they really aged that up quickly.
Yeah. Who played his kid was fairly old. Liam Cunning? No, I don't know who. Luke Ford, maybe. Anyway, this is the fact we're even talking about this more than like a minute is awesome, because I think it means we're both excited for this to pop up. And nothing against the upcoming Mummy movie from Blumhouse set in this new Universal monster thing, but like, there's just something about a fun adventure movie with the Mummy rather than trying to make it a horror film. I think they can both exist at the same time. Mike, when's the last time you watched Gremlins?
It's been a minute, but this news did make me go watch the Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah.
For the pitch of Gremlins 2, this is just a great reminder to go watch. It's one of probably the best like sketches I've ever seen.
Yeah. Gremlins, for those who may not remember, is a 1980s franchise where you get a little fuzzy pet. It's called a Mogwai, I believe, is what they are. Mm-hmm. There are two rules with the Mogwai. Mike, what do you not do with a Mogwai?
You don't get them wet, and you don't let them stay up after midnight, which has always drove me crazy because that's very subjective. What do you mean after midnight?
Midnight where?
Technically after. Yeah. Anytime is technically after midnight.
I think there were also it's don't let it eat after midnight, I think is the rule.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
But also don't let it get in sunlight, I think was the other one that we don't think about, which is weird.
Oh yeah, did I just totally misremember all the rules?
Yeah, well the water one's fine. I think the water one's fine. So like it's like don't let it come into sunlight because I think that's deadly. Water, and then don't let it eat after midnight. But like everyone knows Gizmo. You show people a picture of Gizmo, they're gonna think it's a Furby, or they'll know it's from Gremlins. One of the two. But they if you let them eat after midnight, it essentially spawns Gremlins, like very grotesque versions of this. And I grew up watching Gremlins 2 a lot more than Gremlins 1, so I'm very used to like the Jay Leno looking Gremlin and like the parody ones more than the first movie. It's just something I remember growing up with. It's very fun. They've announced a third movie in the franchise with returning Chris Columbus, who wrote the first two, and Steven Spielberg returning as producer as well, who did the first two movies.
Yeah, I will mention, but not have any additional information for The Secrets of the Mogwai, which was the animated HBO Max series. It looks like it was heavily geared towards kids. Yeah. And I think I'm looking even at screenshots. It looks like it may take place in a different part of the world, maybe where the Gremlins or the Mogwai are from, possibly like an origin story. I don't think any of this is going to matter. It's the more interesting fact is like, where do you even go with a third one, right? This is like this is kind of like James Cameron with like Alien to Aliens, where he just put an S, like you always like to say, he put an S on the board
with a dollar sign. Yeah.
So, but like the second one's like so crazy. It's so off the wall. And of course we liked it when we were kids because it was like a live action cartoon. Like they were the silliest little gremlins. There was really nothing scary about it. Like there were like definitely violent situations, but like there was like it was like those like sound machines where like somebody's like doing like horn honks and woo and like slide whistle sound effects. I swear are all over the movie. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've seen it. So it makes me go, where do you take the third one? Yeah. You have to be I feel like you have to be self-reflective and go, okay, everyone knows the second one went crazy. So they have to kind of find a way to maybe subvert something there. Yeah. Maybe they go meta with it, like this Anaconda sequel that takes place in our world where there's an Anaconda movie. I don't know, but this one should be at least fun to brainstorm.
Right, well, exactly. Like it's one of those situations. I think one of the things I keep drawing parallels to is that Grogu, Baby Yoda, looks a lot like a naked Mogwai at the end of it, like the big ears, the eyes, the face. So I'm like, there's got to be a little bit of like, oh, there's success with that, but right at the same time, like, is it like, you know, who do you team up a Mogwai with, or Gizmo, if you will, like who, like, you know, they gave him like a kid, right, like who was like, oh, there's like all these accidents, and he didn't really know how to handle a pet. Do you give it to like an adult? Do you give it to more kids? How does this? How do you do this? But I did look it up. Apparently, the first one is set around Christmas time. So I know a lot of people think Gremlins is a Christmas movie if you want to. Along the way, but anyway, this is fun. I've got no dog in this fight, Mike. So I think I'm actually going to update Chris Columbus version as writer. Yeah, anything else on Gremlins? I mean, is this going to make you want to watch The Secrets of the Mogwai, or are you just going to be like, meh, just keep to the movie? Okay. Yeah.
No, I won't be going backwards.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Just really weird to come back to this after almost 30 years to do another one. But speaking of sequels for movies that involve Steven Spielberg and have been over 30 years, Jurassic World Rebirth is getting, which is the 7th Jurassic Park movie, is getting a sequel with Gareth Edwards in the talks to return to direct this. To me, this is more of a kudos because he had like less than a year to film and get out that last movie. And then Scarlett Johansson is in talks to return to star in this movie. And I know there have been articles like, oh, she said she wasn't going to come back, or it was a one and done. I'm like, well, that's what you say when you want to negotiate more money when a movie's successful. You don't say, yeah, I'll do it. And then like, well, you said you'd do it. Will you take less money. You don't want to disappoint the fans and be a liar. So very smart on her thing to take this. I'm trying to find a care to give about this announcement, Mike.
You haven't seen the most recent one yet, right?
I have only seen the first 4. I have missed the second 3, or the newest 3. I've not seen either any of the Jurassic Worlds other than the first one.
I mean, I think it's abundantly clear the only reason this kind of continuity is continuing forward is because it made a lot of money. It's not a good movie. I will argue with anybody. It's not good. Like, there's interesting ideas in it for sure, but like, we have really wrung the Jurassic Park universe dry. Like, there's not much left to do. It's like they go to an island, they go back to an island, they go to a more populated area that's turned into a theme park again. It's like Whiplash. What else can you do with these dinosaurs? I do kind of like the idea that they introduced in this most recent film, that the expansion of the dinosaurs happened so quickly in this Jurassic world that they couldn't really contend with all of the different, like, ecosystems. So now dinosaurs pretty much only exist near the equator across the earth. So it's like an interesting way of saying, like, oh, there's still wild dinosaurs out there, but you kind of have to go out of your way to get to them. So at least that storytelling mechanic made sense, but they just need to wrap a better movie around it. I was kind of surprised to hear you say that Gareth only had a year to do this. I don't know what that deal was. Like, I don't know if it was wrapped up in some sort of production delay or something.
Well, they just announced it and then I think they had like 13 months from announcement to like actual delivery of the film. Like, it was really fast turnaround. My guess is maybe rights issues. They need to get something going quick for that. But yeah, this is, to me, Jurassic Park has hit one of those franchise levels where it's on par with Fast and Furious. And what's the other one that has all the sequels? Oh my gosh, I just had it and I lost it. But like it's like they're at a point where, like, the next one is, I guess, as long as it's just okay, it's still gonna It was Transformers. As long as it's just okay, it's going to make money around the world, right? Like, this is like a global thing that people go to, and they're not holding a candle for, like, they're not like, oh my god, this is art, like this is gonna change my life. They're like, this is a movie I want to go see on a big screen, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. There's a place for those movies. But I was actually, when I typed this in, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is one of those things where I'm working on a project. I can put up the other Jurassic World movies I've not seen in the background and just really catch up to those by passively watching them in the background.
That's exactly what you should do.
Yeah. Now, I do think our original ideas for Jurassic World Rebirth were like, hey, there's a dinosaur city, right? Like, maybe they're trying to do the, what was it we talked about? Like, there's like a city that dinosaurs live in, and they got to go in and do stuff like that. Would be fun.
Yeah, we were pitching like a city. We also were pitching like, oh, what if it was like a university or something like that? Just trying to get dinosaurs in a somewhat smaller location.
Off the island, God damn it.
Now, if I had to steal an idea from Zack Snyder, which I know is a terrifying phrase to hear me say, one thing that I did kind of like about City of the Dead? What was the one that was in Vegas? What was that called? Army of the Dead?
Yeah, Army. I think it was Army of the Dead, but it was, they'd walled them off in Vegas.
Yeah, whatever it was, I did like the idea of like humanity lost an entire city due to, like, this horde or whatever, and we got to lock them away, but there's still like valuable stuff inside of there, so people will risk it to get in there. And I guess Rebirth is actually kind of like that. I think they're going in to try to get genetic material, but like, maybe there's some sort of person that's trying to get into this city to, like, I don't know, trying to get something out. Well, I feel like I'm just pitching the last movie just in a different location.
I think the location's the key here, right? We can only go back to Isla Sorna and Isla Nublar so many times before it's like, what are you doing differently here? What are you trying to do? Say what you will about The Lost World, the last act where they actually bring the T-Rex into was it San Francisco or something like that? Pretty entertaining because you got to see them like chase some in cars and walk through someone's pool in the backyard. Like, that was fun stuff that they've not really they've teased or told us that happened, but we've not got to see yet.
This is what it is. I'm starting to percolate a little bit. We have an entire city overrun by dinosaurs, and there is a mayor or a governor who is seeking re-election. His approval ratings are to the floor. The only way this person is getting re-elected if somehow he can get the dinosaurs out of the city. So he has to somehow cobble people together, and there's some sort of crazy plan to like evacuate the dinosaurs. But like they can't kill them, or at least they're going to tell the people that they're not trying to kill them. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff to the wall. It's called brainstorming, folks. We're figuring it out.
Yeah. Well, either way, I mean, if they want to pay us the money to get ourselves into a room and figure it out, we could solve a problem here. We could get you something creative, but I think
let's just Gremlinsify it. Let's just make the next Jurassic Park a comedy. We'll start putting glasses on the dinosaurs, wigs. There'll be an electricity dinosaur.
I say
it'll be fun.
I disagree. I say we go back to the rumors of the early 2000s where they were going to inject humans with dinosaur DNA and create the hybrids. It's like Black Ops stuff like that. They had toys for that, I think. At least pre-toys.
It's the other direction. These dinosaurs get smart, so they inject themselves with human DNA. So it's the same thing. It's like the hybrid, but going the opposite directions. The dinosaurs want to become more human. It's not humans wanting to become more dinosaur.
Okay, so you've actually just pitched "We're Back, a Dinosaur Story." I don't know if you ever remember watching this movie where they were like
I remember.
Yeah. So, which is also a Steven Spielberg produced film, which I am down for. I say the hell with all this. Give me a live action "We're Back, a Dinosaur Story."
Let's do it.
That's where we're at, because I think that's what we're looking to do with this. But anyway, for those fans of the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, I guess franchise continuity. Get ready for more. It's coming your way. Avengers Doomsday. We have been talking about this movie for a while. They're threatening us with it, Mike. We know nothing except there's a lot of people acting in it. But there's confirmed, I think it's Collider confirmed, that there will be a preview of Avengers Doomsday in front of Avatar Fire and Ash next month, which coincides with Avatar Fire and Ash's first preview being in front of Fantastic Four. So that's a little what they call synergy in the corporate world of those movies.
Love some synergy.
Yes. So I think we were going to go watch Avatar Fire and Ash anyway, so this is going to be a great way to see this preview of well, I've heard it's just mostly Doctor Doom, which is great. The rumor is that the second preview will be included with Spider-Man Brand New Day. I really had my hopes up for a Super Bowl teaser, but maybe it might just be an updated version of the Avatar Fire and Ash preview 2 months later. But I think this makes sense. Spider-Man Brand New Day is the only Marvel adjacent movie next year, and it could be a post-credit scene. Maybe Tom Holland is not in Doomsday at this time, and I've not heard him being called into film for this. He'll probably be in Secret Wars. So, do you think it'll just be a trailer, or do you think it'll be tied in to the post-credit scene? How do you see this playing out next summer?
I mean, it's July, so I feel like that's a big marketing gap between Fire and Ash and Spider-Man, right? There's no Star Wars movies, as far as I know, dropping in there. Is Starfighter next year, or is that a year after that?
No, Mandalorian and Grogu's in May of next year.
Oh, yeah, I guess maybe they could attach something to May, but they got a big old gap there in spring. I think Super Bowl makes sense.
Yeah.
Bring Doom to the Super Bowl. Give him a football.
I mean, one of my favorite trailers was Iron Man 3, where they were like, we're going to do an extended look with Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man 3, and it's just him staring at the camera for like 30 seconds. I
think I remember that.
It was the stupidest thing in the world, but I'm like, God, that's funny. That's a fun play on words, even though we didn't get to see anything. but at the same time, I'm like, is Super Bowl, like, for a December movie, is the Super Bowl too early? Like, Avatar didn't get anything until July, so I don't know. I think we're gonna get a Spider-Man trailer for Super Bowl. I'm down with that one, but
give us both.
Yeah, yeah. I do think if they don't release the Avatar or the one for Avatar, it'll just be an updated version of that. But anyway, very excited for this. Again, I want to see this. I've heard through the grapevine that the Doomsday artwork we showed of Doom is exactly how he looks in the movie. So they're doing a good job with the artwork. So we'll see how that goes. Also, I don't know shit about Spider-Man either. We've heard so many rumors about that movie. All I know is John Bernthal's in it. Mark Ruffalo's probably in it. Sadie Sink from Stranger Things is in it. And Destin Daniel Cretton's directing it. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that we get something good. I think they're still filming it even. That's taking their time. Avengers Secret Wars was supposed to come out this week. Mike, its original date was November 7th, 2025. And this is from 2019 when they announced it, when we were there at Comic-Con. Also, Blade was also supposed to come out this week. That was one of the dates. They moved it from 23 to 24 to 25. We have missed quite a few dates for these movies, and to me, it's hard to think Blade was announced over 6 years ago, and still is nowhere closer to rolling in front of the camera than it was then.
Yeah, I guess we could take it, if we want to take it from a positive point of view, it could be, these movies couldn't get off the ground, so they decided to not rush them just to get them out.
Yeah.
I saw somebody online put together a nice little recap of all of the information that was available for what Kang Dynasty would have been. And that was kind of a nice refresher of kind of what we would have been in before we got to Secret Wars and before they pivoted to Doom. I don't know if we ever brought it up on the show, but it was like a week or two ago where one of the writers said that the Young Avengers were going to be we're going to kind of open up Kang Dynasty, the film, and they were going to defeat Kang, and they were going to be really excited, and then they were going to find a note on him that says, "Oh, this is Kang's first day. Take it easy on him." Which is really funny, but that would have required setting up the Young Avengers with a Disney Plus series that never happened. So it's kind of crazy to go there are a lot of pages out there of movies and TV shows that never got made.
A folder on a Google Drive somewhere that says old under there. I think one of the other things is, it's not quality at this point. We were hit with a pandemic that literally shifted almost everything they announced in 2019, one way or the other. And then Bob Iger leaving, and then the Bob Chapek stuff. Well, whoever's right, whoever's wrong, we don't know at this point. But a lot of things happened that just dominoed affected everything else, and it'd be interesting to know what that original plan would have looked like. But at the same time, taking their time to do Doomsday and Secret Wars, and just focusing on that entirely, that's a good way to put their energy, I think, going forward. But anyway, it's fun to think about the things it could have been, and that is what it was. Now we got a year and it's at 2 years and a month before we see Secret Wars. So
there's a lot riding on these two movies. Yeah. The kind of future for the MCU has kind of been shaky at best with these last two phases, and everything that you were saying behind the scenes that made it that way. But this is their kind of first stab back at Avengers. We are coming back with Avengers. Everybody knows this team. Everybody knows the brand name. Everybody knows how much money it made. How it performs at the box office, I think, is going to be really telling for what Hollywood and Disney wants to do moving forward. Well, if not pivoting, definitely maybe adjusting budgets, right? Can you imagine how expensive these two movies are with all the stars in them?
Here's the problem. Here's what I think they should have done. I think we've talked about this before. Is yes, not every movie is $1 billion movie. They got lucky for like 2 years there, right? Where like it was Avengers, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Black Panther. Everything was $1 billion movie, and they got lucky with that building there. And if they say, hey, if they're just under the assumption any movie can be $1 billion movie, incorrect, as we've seen. I think waiting to do like I think the idea of phases is gone in Marvel. I think that's a legacy thing. I don't think they think in phases anymore. They're just mostly like scrambling at what can we do rather than here are phased releases. But
I think the problem with the phasing of it was it kind of started as like a behind the scenes, maybe even like fan bolstered the idea of phases. And I think they leaned a little too heavily into it to try to make it quote unquote official. These are the phases. I think it was better when it was kind of like, shown but not said in a way.
I think, the first three are fine. I think the first three are fine. After that, it came to be the assumption that a chapter or phase was in-capped with an Avengers film, right? That's how they kind of did it. Like, oh, you're going to get these a small section of movies that build to this, the small section of movies that build to this, and then they can build to in-game Infinity War. Like these two sections keep building and building to that. By taking those away and just be like, well, here's a phase set of movies and here's some movies and TV shows. Like there's no end cap, there's no definitive line. People aren't building towards something more regularly. And I think by taking these Avengers movies and holding out like for so long was a problem. And I know it's just more of a like, we have so much content, we can't do Avengers movies every 3 years, 4 years right now. So I think if they get back to like, oh, we're going to do maybe it's not Avengers, maybe it's X-Men going forward or whatever the team up movies are, but like utilizing those, hey, here's 2012 to 2016, 4-year window. Here's some movies that build into this group movie, and then go from there will be beneficial, right? Like knowing, like telling people you've got something we're working towards immediately rather than wait 10 years. That's where the wins are, at least to me. And I don't know if that's the same for you, but like that's a problem, the holding Avengers movies for so long. They may be expensive, but if you do them in short chunks, you don't have to bring everybody back for every Avengers movie kind of along the way. So
yeah, I think the problem is we're missing an Avengers movie. There should have been one like 2 or 3 years ago, and it didn't have to be a whole like universe saving one,
right. Exactly.
I feel like you could have taken maybe a couple different movies and merged them together, and you could have like made an Avengers movie out of it. Like what if Doctor Strange 3, or no, I guess it was 2, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness 2. Like what if you kind of take that concept and then you turn it into like an Avengers movie? Like I feel like there's enough going on in that where you could elevate it a little bit more.
That's Secret Wars, like multiverses like crashing together. That is Secret Wars. So they are doing that, but I think it's the little ones like Shang-Chi and Eternals. Who else was new? There's been some other new ones, right? Like Eternals, it's not everyone's favorite movie. Fine. Not the worst thing in the world either. But if you were like, oh, we're building the Eternals to be in the Avengers, then like, oh, okay, we'll suffer through this, mediocre movie to get to the good one because we know they're going to use these abilities with other people along the way. And like you said, like we should have got that to pay off on all these new characters we've been introduced to along the way, and we didn't. So it's sad, but hopefully, knock on wood, Doomsday and Secret Wars give us a really good cap for this. We can kick off with X-Men, Fantastic Four, and see where all these cool things go down the road, and maybe Blade one day, Mike, if we're lucky. Wonder Man, the next live-action limited series from Marvel, is coming out on January 27th on Disney+. And we got a new teaser, and it teases that maybe Wonder Man, Simon Williams, has some powers after all at the end of this. Or it's in his head, one of the two.
Yeah, I feel like, they they hinted towards it twice, which kind of reinforces it for me when he has to sign that waiver saying that he doesn't have superpowers, which I find really funny that Hollywood has to double check to make sure you're not superpowered. I wonder if it's just like a liability reason or something like that. Like, oh, our production insurance can't handle having a superpowered person on set. Like, it's too much. So we don't cast people with superpowers. That would be funny. But I like, you know me. I've been a super stickler for the origins of superpowers in this universe. So if he has them, that's totally fine. But use this series to earn those superpowers. Tell me how he got them. You know, it can't just be like, oh, science experiment landed on him when he was a kid. And then there you go.
I don't think he knows he has powers. I think that's what it is. I think we will get it. I don't think he knows it because he would probably use them to get more actual probably roles along the way. It is funny. Like, this show is very meta. I don't know if you noticed when they're doing like the Slate clapboard in this. It's called Cash Grab 2 is the name of the movie that they're filming. Rogers the Musical is now a major motion picture when he's walking down. Down one of the things. So like, it's gonna be fun to see, like, you know, a thing behind the scenes of production. But who is Simon Williams? Obviously, he's a remake of Wonder Man from like the 70s film here. I don't know anything about him. They're bringing back Trevor Slattery, one of the most surprising parts of Iron Man 3, one of the most surprisingly parts of Shang-Chi as well. So interesting to see how they tie him into this. But knowing that this is just a what's it called? Special presentation makes me feel good that we don't have to do our homework for anything else kind of coming into this or out of this. But you can check out that trailer in here that comes out in January. Mike, Warner Brothers, DC, I don't know who's in charge of this, is going all in on the For Your Consideration Academy Awards campaign for Superman. And I'm going to read this out loud, and then we can make some quick calls here. The studio submitted Superman for Best Motion Picture, Drama, Best Actor, Drama, Best Supporting Actress, Drama, Best Supporting Actor, Drama, Best Director, Drama, Best Screenplay, Drama, and Best Original Song for the Mighty Crabjoys theme. They are leaning heavily into the drama category, as you probably heard me list off here. It's fine to say, hey, we want to submit these movies. They're not guaranteed to be selected. But I guess maybe this might be a push from Warner Brothers, who's trying to sell, James Gunn, who wants to legitimize superhero films as more than just schlocky blockbusters. I don't know, but none of these strike me as anything winning or like going up against actual movies that are pulled into the Academy Awards. Maybe Best Original Song, but that's about it.
Yeah, and in the drama category, that's like the category, right? Yeah. There's no way they're winning any of this. I think this is just like a cost versus benefit situation of, oh, we have to activate our motion picture award for your consideration team. We throw this project on their plate, and the act of them at least attempting to do it will just drive renewed interest in the movie, and people will subscribe for HBO, or they'll go buy it on Blu-ray or rent it or something like that. I think that's what it is. Like, we'll get slightly more return on the marketing. It's like a marketing thing. Well, they're not winning nothing.
A little bit, but I also don't even know if they'll be considered I don't even know if they'll be nominated. That's the other part. Like, this isn't this isn't the nomination. This is them throwing their hat in the ring. And I saw Disney, they're also trying to do it for Captain America and Thunderbolts. And I'm like, nope, you're not. I don't think it was for drama, but I'm like, you're not going to get anything either for those movies. Like,
who knows? Maybe there's some like weird writers in some of these actors or directors contracts that say like, oh, anything that I do at your studio has to at least there has to be an effort put place for your consideration campaign. They're just like, oh, well, we have to do it. It could be like an easy give, right? Of just like, they want more money, but we don't want to give them more money. Just tell them we'll do like a for your consideration thing. And I'm like, hey, we did it.
Well, it's hard whenever the writer and director are both the president of the studio as well to justify what you're saying, because he is the person who did all this. Best director and best screenplay is very self-indulgent. We enjoyed Superman. Do I think it's the best movie in the world? I've not thought about going back to Superman except watching a couple scenes through clips, like obviously the Mr. Terrific stuff, things like that. I've not really thought about going back to this movie, so it feels funny saying that this would be Oscar worthy. It might get is it the People's Choice, or what's it called, the one where people vote for it, that Justice League won or something one time, so might get that.
It's got us talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, we just talked about it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
the only thing I was going to say is the best original song I thought would win. And I'm like, we just talked about K-pop Demon Hunters. That's going to win best original song. One of those is going to get it for sure. So, anyway, moving on. Supergirl, CCXP is coming up, Mike. It's Brazil Comic-Con, essentially, is coming up December 4th through the 7th. We're less than a month away. Supergirl will have a presence there with an interactive booth, so we might get to learn more about this movie as it comes up next month. This is more my formal reminder that we will be talking about CCXP in December, because they bring some weird stuff to that, and I love it, because it's in December and not July. It's I guess, marketing ramp up, so very excited for that, to see that. I just want to see Jason Momoa's Lobo. I'm tired of looking at the fan arts. I want to see what his actual costume's going to look like. Yeah. For that. And then lastly, because obviously Warner Brothers is trying to sell, divest, not sell. I don't know what the hell they're doing. David Zaslav went out and said that Lanterns will debut on HBO Max early 2026. So this is skipping HBO and going straight to Max for 2026 next year. So this is probably the show I'm most excited about coming out of DCU. I really like Green Lanterns. It's got a lot of potential. It's got some great actors. I love the big sci-fi stuff. Thrilled to know this is coming early next year rather than late next year with this.
Yeah, be slightly hands off from Gunn, different writer, creator. Yeah, this will be our first toe dip into the DCU without Gunn directly, touching it. Yeah,
absolutely. I would say the only thing, not that this matters, I'm pretty sure, did Penguin go to HBO first before it went to HBO Max?
Oh, I don't even know. I feel like that's like a generational question of you got to ask somebody that has a cable subscription and not a streaming service. They might know, but to the rest of us, it's not real until it hits streaming.
Yeah. So I was trying to think of it was something like the way they list them off is I think it was the only 2 shows have gone to HBO versus HBO Max, but I think the Penguin was one of them at first. I don't remember. I have to look this up, but it was the way where they put the shows has something to do with also rights and pay and all this other weird stuff. So I'm interested to see. I'm not interested. It's just curious because I don't know any of that stuff, and we need to hire that entertainment lawyer with all that money we make from the show. So, Mike, that's the episode this week. Thanks for joining. And if people don't know, we're doing this on Saturday. You're gonna get this early, probably. I'll edit this later, but if people know more what you're doing, what you're up to, where they can find you at, Bob?
Yeah, they can read my webcomics at pickledcomics.com and liferewardsrisk.com. Chris, if people want to catch up with you, where can they find you?
Find me on Instagram, Valdan87, VALDAN, or video games of the same name. It's double XP on Battlefield this weekend, so of course I'm screaming it's Anchorman. He's like, they're coming in the back door! Ah! I'm over there playing like that, so having a good time. But if people want to know more about the show, what we're doing, we come back every week. We're going to get all them goodies.
Yeah, all you got to do is head over to superheroslate.com. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, wherever else you're listening to podcasts. We got merch, superheroslate.com/store. Reach out, let us know, are you excited for Lanterns? Are you excited for the Doomsday teaser? Are you going to go see Fire and Ash just to see the teaser? Let us know. Reach out. We love hearing
do you
from
write
you.
-0, -0.0? Because we want to know if you write weird numbers too.
Yeah, I mean, is -0, do you even need to write it? Because you're not minusing anything. That's like oxymoron.
It's because a 0.0 looks like a face, is what I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. Maybe in a Japanese character, maybe it looks different.
Yeah.
It kind of has like a visual, I don't know. But if you're a super fan of the show and you want to be a super fan of the show, all you got to do is share the show with a friend, share the show with a buddy, and we will be here every week, folks.
That's right. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.